Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Horse Lords as the Mongol Empire. In our last episode we had another faction fire, though it turned out to be not really much of an issue. We only had a few counties and a very small army, so we're just about to finish putting that to rest. And our population is getting very close to... something happened here. This guy no longer is part of the revolt. Okay, well, that's fine. Inheritance issue. We're getting pretty close to having 90% of our max population, which means we will be able to use the invasion CB, and I intend to do so. Fate smiles upon me, my wife is pregnant again, okay. And we're actually at 100% in this war now, so we can enforce our demands. The Countess here apparently was the leader of the faction. We'll just keep her in prison then. And we will not be settling as a tribe or as a feudal nation at all, of course. So, 100k, I think we're... Actually, our max population just increased a little bit, maybe? I think we're still a little below where we need to be. Yeah, so we'll just wait a little while and we should be able to. And I think we'll probably invade Hungary. Decently sized country. The invasion CB allows us to seize all occupied land, which means I think we get the actual holdings, we don't get vassals, as long as we have the relevant county occupied. Let's see, it says here probably, if successful, all occupied territory will be seized and all vassals will become our vassals. Okay. So I think this means we get the actual counties if we occupy them. So what we'll be doing is basically trying to occupy every county in Hungary, and then end the war. In the meantime, I suppose we may as well get some raiding done, since it's been a while since we did that. These guys are at war right now. I guess we'll move our armies over to the west here and we can just raid Georgia again. Still only have 2 counties directly neighbouring us. That's fine though. Gain some tech points, and we can continue building upgrades in our capital. Not sure what the max level of these is. We're close to max for cattle pens. Seems like everything goes up to 8. Okay. Let's see, we don't want to increase our max population because that will just slow down our invasion CB. Sure, we'll get riding contests for extra cavalry attack. Call to arms from King of Bulgaria, our tributary. So he's actually calling us in against the Bulgarian revolt. I guess we can actually go and help him there. It's in our interest to do so, because if he's not fighting off a revolt, he has more income to give us. We are still pretty far away from that, though. Yeah, unfortunately, though, our vassals are not willing to come in and help. Okay, so we'll postpone our raiding expedition. Go help Bulgaria instead. Our nephew became a misguided warrior. Okay. Not the nephew that we may well end up playing as. So he's 11, our son is also 11. So if we live another 5 years, we can... Sometimes the timing of this game, I swear to God. Okay, if our character dies now, we're going to play as the nephew of our former character, the son of our current character, Gazan. So I guess he gets to be the heir even though he's not of age. Good to know. So be it. Alright. Immediately we have dangerous factions. Alright, let's just deal with the relevant notifications in order. We have a lot of children we need to get educated. First priority, of course, is our current heir. We will be educating him ourselves. Apparently the heir to the actual empire is going to be the Khan of the Kaztal clan. Okay. Well, obviously we don't want him to inherit, but unfortunately our son isn't eligible until he comes of age, so we will have to make sure that we live to see that happen. And to that end, I think we're going to choose a health-improving character focus, so either family or hunting. I think hunting is the best one because we have the chance of getting the hunting dog, which will further improve our health. And we are strong as well, which gives us a very good chance of actually succeeding in living that long. The other children, I don't think it's likely that we're ever going to play as Kadan at this point. Oh, this isn't the one I was thinking of. This is... yes, it's Bujag that was the former heir of our last character, so it doesn't really matter who we give him to. He's a nephew now, so he won't be worth opinion. May as well just try to get him a good education so he's a useful character to us. Brilliant strategist would be fine. Maybe we can get a high stewardship education for you. I don't actually want to give him to a vassal Khan though, since we can actually give him someone to educate that would improve his opinion. Sure, this will do fine. I think that might be the guy he was even going to by default anyway. You can go to a random person. For our ambition, we could choose to have a daughter, paragon of virtue, or exalted among men. I guess we'll go for exalted among men. If we do some raiding, we can probably get there pretty quickly. We need to appoint commanders, or one commander. Borogul here is the best man for the job. We have open council positions. So if we had a good choice among our vassal Khans, that would be great, but unfortunately all of them are pretty terrible. I guess we'll just appoint our nephew here. We have some things we can pillage, that's fine. Oh, also noting on death, we lost our tributary relationship with Bulgaria, so we're no longer called into their war. And we're no longer getting money from them, importantly. Okay, so let's check out our faction. Just these two Khans. Let's see, I don't know if we have honorary titles available. Again, we don't. We don't have a lot of money, but we could potentially give out some gifts. Clan sentiment is relatively okay still. So Todugen and Belgutai are the two that we need to worry about. They're both relatively powerful, but they hate each other. Apparently not enough to not be in a faction together, but there you go. Well, we'll see what we can do about improving these guys' clan sentiment. Okay, so our armies are still on their way over here. We'll unpause for a while and see if the factions get any worse. We have a new vassal in the Chilagun clan. Okay. Seems like nobody else is joining this. So it can fire at 100%. Actually, it can fire at anything above 80%, I believe. But I imagine we'll be fine if we have to fight them at this point. Okay, thanks to our hunting focus, the white bear is happening. Lately you have heard persistent rumors from peasants and travelers in the wilds that a strange mythical beast has been sighted. We will, of course, begin our quest to find the white bear. A daughter was born to our late brother. Okay, yes, our wife was pregnant, wasn't she? Well, that's fine. And we can hold the Nerj, so I think we'll do that, and then we'll maybe do some raiding in Georgia to gain some prestige, which will help out with our vassals' opinions. My heart missed a beat when I saw Gazan emerge from the dungeons covered in grime and with a bloody knife in his hand. It's time to teach him the right way, so he'll become kind, patient, or brave. Became patient, that's pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and hold the Nerge. We've sent out the call for the Nerge to your vassals. Preparations for the Great Hunt have begun. Preparations have been completed and your forces are deployed at the assembly points. Let the hunt commence. Actually, I guess there's probably no reason for us not to just go raiding at the same time as this is going on. Let's hold off on building any further upgrades just yet. Just in case we need the money for bribes. We can send a bishop, he can go into our dungeons. Is that you? No. I think we'll ransom this guy anyway, though. There you are. Okay, still not quite at 90% of our max population. We're getting pretty close. The horde of frantic animals has been corralled into a clearing and they are now completely surrounded by our forces. So we get the first opportunity and then everyone else will be allowed to hunt. As per tradition, some of your older soldiers have come before you to plead for the life of those few animals that remain. Okay, we'll become kind maybe, gain a little prestige. With the hunt over and the full end game collected, a magnificent feast has been prepared for all who took part. Let us drink and be merry. Let's see if that helps out. Oh, in fact we have an extra person in the faction now. Feasting over, the remaining spoils of the hunt are divided evenly between all the forces that participated, so we get extra morale of armies for a while. And some tech from Constantinople, thank you. Our courtier here claims that he would be a better marshal than Ajay the Wolf. He would be, but I'm not going to fire a Khan from my council, so we'll tell him no. He only wants 67 gold for a gift, so I think we'll give that to him. See if that gets him out of this faction. We have been sent a patriarch, okay. Send him back in return for 25 gold. So we do have a decent amount of manpower, we could certainly afford to build some more hordes. Our vassal Khan has declared a war for Mari on the Bulgar Revolt. He's trying to take this county, okay. No problem. Having more men would reduce the relative strength of the factions. Unfortunately, we're not amazingly rich or prestigious right now. We definitely don't want to spend prestige on it, since that's helping out with vassal opinion. Another preacher, thank you. But I think we can definitely afford to build at least a few for gold. Light Vanguard, so that has some heavy cavalry in it, that could be good. the other hand, maybe we're better doing the 25 gold ones, since we can get more men that way, and the number of men, I think, is the most important for discouraging factions. I think we'll spend 400 gold on this. Or actually 200 would be more reasonable. And we'll keep 400. An honourable mention, my trusted Chancellor reports success from the clan of Belgutai. Good. And they just keep sending the preachers, okay. I'll keep ransoming them. I don't mind at all. Alright, we're about to siege down the top holdings here. Get ourselves some nice gold and prestige. If my opinion ruled the world would be a more chaotic but fun place. If I keep following the laws, the world would have less chaos, but also be less fun. So we can... the chance of becoming arbitrary, or the chance of becoming just. Definitely just would be better. We are a lunatic as well, let's not forget that. Also doesn't help with vassal opinion. Okay, we want to siege. As your men return from looting the holding, one of them hands you an axe with a strange purple sheen and a plus etched into the handle, followed by the number 2. After weighing it carefully in your hands, you toss aside your old grey axe in favour of the new weapon. Upgrades. So we gain 2 martial. Thanks to our magic axe. And we're gaining lots of gold and prestige. Great. Hopefully the lower holdings in these counties are cities and bishoprics that we can siege through pretty easily. They are. Our son asks, why did we let off that peasant accused from poaching? So we can have him become kind or just. He's already just. Kind or arbitrary. Well, I think we'll go for this one. And he became kind. They're becoming pretty diplomatic. One of our vassal clans is going to war again. We can definitely pillage things. Let's go through and do some of those. Make sure that we don't accidentally settle as a tribe. Alright, well the other faction at least is gone, though that was never dangerous in the first place. Ooh, 198 gold and exactly the same amount of prestige as I think how it works. So that's good. You're hosting a dinner for some local dignitaries when the full moon comes into view in one of the windows. Trembling, you excuse yourself and hurry up the stairs to your bedchamber while stripping off your clothes. You are completely naked when the guards find you crouched on the balcony, howling at the moon. So we lose 20 prestige. Not a huge deal, considering the amount that we've been gaining. I think with the large amount of gold we now have, we can go back to building upgrades. Why don't we work on the clan gathering hall for some extra clan sentiment? It's not a whole lot, but it helps. Okay, another siege, 90 gold. And prestige. And our vassal Khan has declared on the Bulgars. I guess he won his previous war? Yeah, he was after Miri. Apparently gained another county as well. So now he's after the Bulgar's capital. Okay, good for him. Alright, well, we're just about out of time for this episode, so we'll have to complete our raiding expedition in the next one, and hopefully make some more progress on stabilizing our factions. But thanks for watching, and join me again then.